Binance was clearly given the time within which it must respond to the petition, as well as appear today, the 4th of March, before this honorable committee. Mr. Chairman, sir, Binance has been able to respond or send a written response to this honorable committee, which is dated 28 February 2024. The response to the petition attaches two annexures for the purpose of fully responding to the issues or allegations raised by the petitioners in their written petition dated 5th December 2023. The second resolution by this honorable committee, Mr. Chairman, was that Binance representatives themselves and not their legal representatives must be here. Mr. Chairman, sir, would like to plead your indulgence. The situation that Binance had been faced with, particularly in the last 7 days, had forced a very, very difficult situation on it. What has happened, Mr. Chairman, is that two Binance executives who came into the country were arrested by another Nigerian authority, specifically the National Security Advisor Office. And since then till date, these two Binance executives are still in custody. For this reason, it has been difficult, extremely difficult, for the global board of Binance to mobilize other executive members of the company to Nigeria, because there is genuine concern about their safety and security. And so this is the situation that we have been forced to contend with. Mr. Chairman and the honorable members of the House, please, this is not a show of any disrespect in any way to this honorable House. If we follow the correspondence and the engagements between Binance and this House since December till date, Mr. Chairman, sir, Binance has always tried and put efforts into ensuring that this matter is resolved. And if you recall, Mr. Chairman and the honorable members, we were given the opportunity to have Binance come into Nigeria with no less than 6 representatives, executives in this country in January. We believe, Mr. Chairman, that due to the circumstances our client, Binance, is facing currently, we plead the indulgence and understanding of the House to please consider the situation at hand and hopefully be able to give our client, Binance, an opportunity in some way. As I said earlier, we already have written responses to the petition dated 28 February 2024 and attaching all of the necessary annexures as well. Mr. Chairman and honorable members of the House, if the House is able to find time from what we imagine must be its busy schedule, we believe that the responses given by our clients, Binance, would to a large extent address any outstanding issues or issues raised by the petitioners in their petition of 5th December 2024. If there are, as we expect, any outstanding areas that Binance has to respond to, either by being in Nigeria physically or by making further written correspondence, we will do our best as legal counsel in Nigeria to advise Binance to proceed accordingly, subject, of course, to the discretion and judgments of this Honorable House. Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Thank you. The discussion open to our colleagues. Let me quickly ask you, those two Binance representatives that came in and were arrested, were they coming to respond to our invitation, or they came for another invitation?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and honorable members. As the legal counsel to Binance, we have information that Binance was planning to have representatives on the ground. But at the time these two persons were arrested, it had not been expressly communicated to us that these two persons are the delegates for that purpose. We are aware that there are quite a number of executives spanning the region of Europe, America, and Asia in the Binance team. It is possible that one of these persons who have been arrested, or none of these persons who have been arrested, were going to be delegates to this honorable house today.
Okay, very distinguished colleagues. Now allow our colleagues to speak. Honorable Ibe.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you, sir? Very good. The last time we met in this house, there were two specific things that we said we wanted. One was for you to, in a week, provide us with written correspondence of what we have asked you, questions we have preferred to you. That week should have been the week beginning the 25th of February and had ended on Saturday. I think that was the 2nd of March. Sir, you have provided, you have told us right now that you have a piece of paper. Mr. Clark, did you see this piece of paper?
It's not all.
Yes, Mr. The chairman was received the first correspondence. We received the first correspondence.
Very good. Now, the content we will discuss during the process of this hearing. But again, the chairman asked you a very eloquent, straightforward question. Were the two people that were purportedly detained, because we don't know about this. It is rumor as far as I'm concerned, and it is a rumor that you are still flying until we get a formal written letter from NSA. We don't know anything about this arrest. However, you have been asked, did these two people, were they intended to attend this? And you waffled around that question. I use the word very loosely, waffled, because all you did was try and cover yourself while not covering yourself. So answer these things, because I said to you the last time you came here that we know they plea, we know they buy nonsense. I stick to those words, we know they buy nonsense. So I don't know how my colleagues see this, but I see this as an insult to this house.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for yielding the floor. The legal rep for Binance, I just want to ask you a question. Since the arrest, have you visited them, or has anyone from your chambers visited these two? Thank you. Oh, well, purported arrest, so to say.
Mr. Chairman, sir, with your permission, I can either answer immediately or I take the questions at a go.
Yes, Honorable Dogoyaro.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I think what is in front of us is quite clear. We still don't have Binance here. We have the same representation. We are now hearing for the first time that possibly the people we're expecting may be in custody, where we are not sure, with whom we are not sure. Mr. Chairman, I think it will be better if this committee may report back to the House so that the House may invoke its constitutional power to subpoena Binance to be brought before it so that it may answer these questions for Nigerians. I believe we are just dragging our feet. Binance is not here. You have written, you have given us the synopsis. Mr. Chairman, let's do the proper thing. Let the House take leadership of this issue. Let Nigerians be in the forefront of what is going on. There's nobody better than the House. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, I think
I'm from Kano State. I'm here to second the motions ably moved by my very good friend and brother, Honorable Isa Dogonyaro. I so second. Thank you.
thank you, dear colleagues. The truth is that Binance is not here. But we are not going to entertain legal representation from Binance, and that position stands. Dear colleagues, Honorable Dogoyaro has said, based on the fact that Binance is not here, that we need to make a recommendation to the House of Representatives for the House to invoke its powers of subpoena to issue a warrant for Binance, the leadership of Binance, to be arrested and be brought to this committee to answer questions on the grave allegations leveled against them in the petition brought to us by Empowerment for Unemployed Youths and Niger Delta Youth Council. And he has also been seconded by Honorable Ajilo. So if you are in favor that this House resolve to make these recommendations to the House of Representatives, if you are in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those who are against, say nay. The ayes have it. Dear colleagues, this committee has resolved to recommend that the House, to the House of Reps, to invoke its powers, its constitutional powers, by issuing a subpoena and also issuing a warrant for Binance executives to be arrested and brought to this committee to answer these questions. Questions relating to financing of terrorism, money laundering, and other financial crimes, as stated in the petition, including evasion of tax. That's the position of this committee. This committee will proceed to make these recommendations, and other legislative actions will follow. So let me use this opportunity to thank the Empowerment for Unempowered Youths Initiative and Niger Delta Youth Council for unearthing this, how do I put it? This grievous financial crime that has been going on in this country for more than 6 years now. Binance has been operating in the financial space of this country for more than 6 years now. And they have not less than 20 million Nigerians on their platform they exploited. For you to have done that, that means you are patriotic Nigerians. For us here, our duty is to ensure that justice must be met to both Nigeria and Nigerians. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The reaction from the Great Committee on Financial Crime, it's what Nigerians are yearning for. Nigeria cannot be plunged into a recession where some IOCs and some companies are trading in our cyberspace, going around businesses, and they are they are not paying tax. And with the level of terrorism today, we know that a lot of cryptocurrency firms in the world have been indicted. So on that note, I want to say that if the MD CEO of Binance is not in this hearing today, it's an insult to our institution in Nigeria. So on that note, I want to say I have to give kudos to them for deeming it fit to invoke the powers on that they are empowered by the Nigerians and the Nigerian institution and constitution to ensure that the Binance CEO and MD and the executive are arrested and brought here to respond to the allegations before them.
So what are your grievances against Binance? What are the grievances you are brought forward?
Yes.
As it affects your group.
Okay. In Nigeria today, we're discussing about employment. And if an entity is operating in our cyberspace in which would have given job to more than 10 to 20 million Nigerians, and they are not paying tax, they are not tax compliant, they are not paying tax, and they don't have a fiscal debt where can give birth to the employment of our youth, then on that note is a slight to the nation as a whole.
With the intelligence gathering that we've had over the years, this matter didn't just came up today. It has been ongoing, trying to gather information because I work with Kodo Bureau, but I have interest for this country in fighting corruption. And no one can come to Nigeria and treat us as if we are nobody. Invading taxes when you cannot do what you are doing in Nigeria elsewhere, only in Nigeria. So the young men and women that have taken this by the horn, the whistleblower, that is youth unemployment initiative, they have done well. Approaching me, we decided to pull heads together. The point of contact that I recommended was the National Assembly. They should address this matter to National Assembly, both the Senate and House of Rep. And I want to give kudos to the National Assembly, especially the Speaker, by acting appropriately, by setting up committee, and the committee, the Standing Committee, Financial Crime Committee, have done justice, opening what has been going on under the table to the world, to Nigerian people to know that there are certain people, Binance, have been operating in this country for years. They have made billions of dollars with our citizens, without recourse to paying taxes to the federal government. Federal government must get what belongs to them. They must pay the federal government what belongs to the federal government. And if it is proven that they aided terrorism, other criminal activities, aiding to bring problem to our dear nation, definitely to be dealt with. And I'm also hearing, whether it is rumor or not, that they have been arrested by NSA. It is a collective effort. For God's sake, that is government that is working, that is acting. So for the fact that they are arrested means a lot that something is wrong. They have done wrong to this nation, and those found wanting must face the wrath of the law. And what belongs to Nigerian people must be given back to Nigerian people. They cannot avoid, they cannot evade taxes. You can't do this in America or in Europe. They tried it in America. They were persecuted. They had to pay back to the government. So whatever is due to this country must be given back to Nigeria, especially at this time that we are looking for how to put Nigeria right with the government in power, doing everything humanly possible. But it's going to require collective effort of every patriotic Nigerian. Because the president cannot solve the problem of Nigeria alone, just like the National Assembly is doing their part, judiciary will do their part, each citizen must also do their part. And this is what the whistleblower have done, to congratulate them, appreciate them, because they care. They are working for this great nation. It is everything that we have to put.
Well, it is not my grievance. The Empowerment for Unemployed Youth Initiative, the Niger Delta Youth Council of Nigeria, and several other civil society organizations, after thorough findings, we realized that quite a number of Nigerian youth operating on the Binance platform were being twisted, money is being lost, running into several millions and even billions of dollars. We had a situation where Binance was like the lord of the manor with the yam and the knife dictating everything. And we also realized that Binance did not have any operational office in Nigeria. Binance did not have any proper presence that, okay, if we had an issue, we could go to. So Binance was just operating in isolation. And if you have an issue, we had situations where young men were losing money, men and women were losing money on that platform. Then we began to carry on thorough investigation, and this took a lot of time before our petition that came before the House on the 5th of December 2023. We now realized that in order to evade payment of taxes to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Binance is not registered in Nigeria. Binance, despite the push by SEC sometime in 2022, refused to even heed to the call that SEC made. And so we listed all of this in our petitions. Binance is not registered, Binance has evaded taxes, and this is running into billions of dollars. That is monies that ordinarily would have been used to grow the economy, develop the economy, assuage the plight of the masses, and create jobs for the unemployed youth. We also realized again that when this government came on board, there were individuals who at some point wanted to channel funds and funnel funds through platforms that will not be easily traced. And Binance was one of such leading platforms through which this terrorism financing was done and money laundering act was done. And in the course of this, Nigeria also lost several billions of naira. Again, our national security was also affected. And so we took it upon ourselves as patriotic citizens to blow the whistle and to bring a petition before the House of Representatives Committee on Financial Crimes. And the House swung into action immediately. So today you can see that something that started with a little whistle blowing, today the CBN is on its feet and has also unearthed the fact that over 26 billion passed through Binance in the last 1 year or so. The National Security Advisor is also doing their own investigation on their own part, but overall, the House is on this. Our petition is before the House of Representatives, and you see today that there is a resolution. We are sure that Binance will be brought to answer to all of these things and to remedy every wrong that has been done against the Nigerian nation and against the Nigerian people.